like with this WrestleMania card getting built up the way it is.
All right. All right, let's go to topic 2.
Bet.
Let's move on. All right.
Word.
Did WWE tarnish Ricochet's legacy?
Oh
So
Christ.
let's flip the conversation because this is where it gets uncomfortable. When Ricochet came in the WWE, there was no debate about how good he was. Okay, world class athlete, highlight reel offense, a guy who could do things in the ring nobody else could do. Right? But years later, where fans want to talk about his WWE run, the conversation is about greatness. It's about missed opportunity. And with his recent rant online, here's the real question. Did WWE give Ricochet the platform that preserved his legacy, or did the system strip away what made him special by never fully investing in him? All right. So, like, what do you all think? Did WWE tarnish Ricochet's legacy? What do you think, Cliff?
Do I think WWE tarnished Ricochet's legacy? Hold on, real quick. I'm gonna put this chest. You know, I'm about to say also Happy Black History Month. Yeah. So, do I think WWE? You know what? I don't think they've ruined. I don't think they've tarnished Ricochet's legacy as much as I think it's a 2-for-1, right? I because two things can be true. Like I think Ricochet kind of did it to himself when he was bitching about. Remember, like there was one time where like fans went after Ricochet because Ricochet said something about Io Sky, and then fans piled on top of him about it, and he was like, "I'm trying to tell you that Io's great because she is, or that she's not great because she is great, but she can't do everything that I can do, and WWE is like holding me back." And I think when you kind of say those kind of things, and then you treat the Intercontinental Championship and you treat the U.S. title like it's a secondary title, it's not. You're only doing it to yourself. You keep doing it to yourself, and they keep adding on top of it. I like Ricochet regardless, but my biggest problem with Ricochet was in the E. It just seemed like, and maybe it was partly the E is to blame for this. Um, because like in AEW, I get to see a lot more of his character, like him, like his charisma that he has. I don't, I don't know. I don't know if it's just the E doing it to him and then he not being able to kind of pick up the ball and run with it. I don't know what the problem was, but I think there's got to be blame on both sides for this.
Okay, moving on. Who wants to go next? Go ahead. Go ahead, Twitch.
He has to be able to accept that he is semi to halfway responsible. I agree with what Cliff's saying. He has made comments and tried to explain them, and it's fallen on deaf ears. I feel like you will still to say that it's tarnished your legacy is I feel like a bit ridiculous. Your stuff in New Japan and overseas will always stand out. Your stuff in Lucha Underground as Prince Puma will always stand out. Maybe your run in WWE wasn't great or lived up to the hype that it could have been, but that's just one part of your career compared to a whole span of different promotions that you worked for. At this point, to me, you're coming off as a fucking Ryback, just bitching all the goddamn time. You're still great. Move on and let it go.
I agree because like the shit that he's doing in AEW right now, I love this run that he has,
So do
and the shit that
I.
yeah, and he was Lucha Underground.
Wholeheartedly. Him, Penta, like, you guys made Lucha Underground what it was. Lou, what do you got? Chaz is like foaming at the mouth for his
That's
opinion, and I'm
waiting.
So I agree with what Twitch said with this whole thing. You're He's been wrestling since 2003, so he's been wrestling for 23 years. He was in the WWE for 6 years. Like you're letting a fourth of your career overshadow everything else that you've done in your career. Don't get me wrong, I've never really was fond of Ricochet. I don't fucking care, but the bitching and moaning is just another Ryback situation too, and I just kind of over it.
All right, Chaz. Come on.
All right. Did WWE tarnish Ricochet's legacy?
Who
That's the
gives a
question.
fuck?
That's the question, right? Right? Yeah.
Yes, that is a question.
Yes, they did. They did.
Oh, you're fucking high.
They did. No, they did. And let's talk about it. And I'm gonna tell you where it starts. Starts with one match. Okay? It starts with one match. You mentioned it, Twitch. The match between Ricochet and Will Ospreay didn't just go viral. Okay? That match reshaped modern wrestling.
Yeah, I
That
don't
match
disagree with you.
That match changed expectations. It reset what fans believed was possible at a high level. All right. That match influenced an entire generation of wrestlers, an entire generation of matches, highlight culture. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. That's impact. Now, here's where the problem comes. WWE never treated Ricochet like he was someone who helped change the game. When you sign somebody like that, you need to put them in the position and like they treated him more like an attraction and not necessarily like a pillar of their company. Instead of building his legacy and why he mattered, they reduced him to flips. They reduced him to silly, speed title, dark matches, and like nothing. No stories, no protected booking, no protected positioning. There was no investment in what made him historically important. And yes, exposure matters, but that's why he's bitching and complaining. You have the biggest company in the world. You now have Ricochet, Prince Puma. You have that at your disposal. And nothing. Exposure without elevation doesn't preserve the legacy. It flattens it. It makes it stale. That's why he's always complaining. And like, yes, does it get annoying? And yes, sometimes is he a troll online and as that like his online presence? Yes, absolutely. Like, and sometimes he just starts stuff to start stuff. Like, and that's true. But like some of the stuff he be saying, like, hey, he actually got a point. He got a point. And like when people talk about Ricochet, the conversations should start with the guy who helped redefine modern wrestling, not like, oh, he can't cut a promo. Or man, he didn't do anything in WWE. Like, that's not neutral. That's not like saying like, oh no, he good. No, that's damaging. And like you said, 6 years. 6 years that he can't get back. So like,
He
yeah.
was the NXT North American champion.
That's it. That's
And I'll
it.
be, I
He
and this is
he
why
was the Velveteen Dream. He had multiple feuds in NXT that didn't that
NXT. Let's go back. NXT is not Raw or SmackDown.
That's fair, and I will agree
That's
with you on
that's
that.
not Raw or SmackDown. And NXT is a very niche audience.
But
Even
how many?
today, it's still niche audience. As much as wrestling is a niche product, NXT
but
viewers
NXT puts out more bangers than fucking Raw and fucking SmackDown.
absolutely. I'm not debating that at all. I'm not debating it at all.
He could have.
But if you look at it as a whole, if you look at Ricochet's
was-
career as a whole in WWE, as a whole, it's nothing. Like you don't. It doesn't hold anything. Yeah, NXT is what 0.5% of the 6-year career. Because
nah.
what did they do? As soon as he came on the main roster, what did they do? They put him in a tag team with Aleister Black.
Which, hey, first of all, he was in that tag team before Aleister Black. He was, remember, because they were at the run. They were at the end. They were doing the Dusty run.
Right, the Dusty
Run.
Classic. Yeah, but that was the Dusty Classic. They weren't. They don't stay at. You don't stay a tag team when you like. Come on.
I'll be. I. How
I'll-
long was Ricochet in NXT? Was he 2 years?
Probably
2 years.
3 years.
something like that.
2 years.
He was like 2 or 3 years. The crazy thing is though, when I think of Ricochet in those moments too, like I just don't remember a time where he cut like that promo that went like, oh yeah, he's the fucking man right there with that. I can think about spots and matches that he had that were fire. And by the way, like there's no disagreement with you that WWE main roster Ricochet was flattened out. Like I will be 100 with you on that. Like that is the thing that is I can agree with, because if you're bringing up New Japan and you're bringing up Lucha Underground and you're talking about niche products, like those are niche products. Like we know this, but we know the we'll call it the legacy. We know the legacy of Ricochet, and we know for those 2 or 3 years, I can't remember exactly what it was, that he was on SmackDown or Raw. Like it didn't really mean anything, but also he's the one who re-signed that contract. That was like, yo, I want to be here on the main roster, and then WWE didn't know what to do with him, and they just kind of like fed him all over and had him in all these crazy matches and didn't give him anything to really work with. And part of that is on WWE, but also at the same time, like when I look at Ricochet, like a lot of fans know Ricochet from his match with Johnny Gargano, with Adam Cole, with Aleister Black, with Andrade over in NXT. So it's like we remember these banger matches that you had there, and now we're seeing a new type of Ricochet finally at AEW. Because even when he came in the AEW at the beginning, it was, hey, there's the flippy guy that does all the cool stuff with Will Ospreay. Because what was the first match we saw with him? The flippy match with Will Ospreay. that's a problem. That's a huge problem. So finally, he like gotten away from all that stuff and started doing that aha thing. Like now we're starting to see like Ricochet's real personality, and I think it helps kind of mend a situation that was going on with him. But I think at the end of the day, those 3 years, like I'll be fair, outside of a moment with Logan Paul, like in the clothesline, that the Royal Rumble spot, like name me another moment that you remember from Ricochet outside of the fact I told y'all that he was the U.S. champ, he was the Intercontinental champ. We just talked about him being the NXT
North
American champ. Like, find me another moment. Like, find me something else that he did. The three title matches the 3 tag team matches, 3 tag team championship opportunities that he got on SmackDown, Raw, and NXT, and lost all 3 tag teams with Aleister Black. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I think for me, when it comes to Ricochet, the problem is that when the machine works for you in the E, when it works for you, it works, right? But when it doesn't, God, it sucks. And we can look at Miro right now, Rusev right now. Like, they came back, they had this whole plan for him, and then what happened? Man, they flattened that out. They're like, all right, bro, it's not working. We're not gonna put any faith into it. And that sucks. Also, yes, Smiley, thank you. Velveteen Dream. Like the storyline with Velveteen Dream, we talking about, can we remember one thing that he did off of that storyline? How about the front flip out the ring when he
I was
said,
about
"Prove
to say
it"?
the front flip.
Exactly, the flippy spot. Like,
And then his match with Adam Cole.
Yeah, name me your favorite spot from that match.
When he kicked him.
Yeah, the back flip.
When he did that one flip.
Like
when he did that
find
flip and he kicked him while he was upside down while flipping.
Full backflip getting kicked in the face. But I'm just saying, like, find me a moment that's not flippy when you're like, that's the Ricochet moment right there. You can't. I mean, right now, like I said, his run in AEW right now, where he's walking around with the scissors and like stabbing people in the head and stuff. Like, there's something different for me. I'm here with it. I love the fact that they put the Khan with him and stuff, and Toa. I love it. That's there. But my problem is like,
you say Khan?
Yeah.
No.
Just saying. Oh my God, this guy.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But I mean, AEW won't say it, but I'll say it. He's a world champion, and I got this. I don't know what's in it, but I feel like it means something to him. So, just, yeah.
But again, it goes back to me. This all goes back to me saying, like, I can name one other moment that Ricochet had. And remember, he had the whole promo, all those promos with Logan Paul that really didn't amount to anything. But outside of getting F5'd by Brock Lesnar, like, there's not a moment in the
him kicking him kicking Brock in the dick. That's not flippy.
You got him eliminated out of was that in the Rumble? Or no, that was Ray that did it in the Rumble where he low blowed, and then Drew hit him with the Claymore.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, my problem is just when I look at Ricochet, unfortunately there's a lot of moments, but there's no good promos that I can latch onto when it comes to Ricochet. Like, and that's I want to see more character stuff from him. And that's why I like what he's doing in AEW. Like, I want to give love where love's meant to be given. Sorry, I'm ranting off about it as I'm reading
No, you're good. Make your point.
reading all of this stuff coming through.
Defend yourself, Chaz.
Oh, defend myself? I mean, that's all fine and dandy. Like, cool story, bro. But
Take the L.
All right, you lost.
Do us
You
all a
lost.
favor and take the L on that one, Jazz.
cool
Yeah, just take
story.
the L.
But
That's all I
like,
heard.
Just chalk that up. Cliff 1, Chaz 0.
but still, he, Ricochet changed the game, and being treated like a mid card act should never coexist with someone who is a game changer. Like, yes, the stuff he's doing in AEW is great. It's a lot better than what he was doing in in WWE, and that's because AEW is giving him the ball to run with something. He didn't get the opportunity to go run with something. I never saw any type of character change for Ricochet in WWE. Nothing shift, no time, no nothing for him to even like try to throw something at the wall and see if it sticks. But hey, Tony Khan, Booger Sugar over there decided to give him some time because hey, why not? All we got is time. I got so many other toys on my show. So hey, boom.
You're starting to sound like Damien.
I realized after I said it, I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
That's that. Ugh.
This is why we can't be on the show.
That's why we can't have nice things.
Ugh.
Moving on from this bullshit.
No, back to this.
Yeah, we still on this bullshit.
Yeah,
Chaz definitely took that
get
foot
it.
off.
Like, I get it. I mean, I wanted to see more stuff from Ricochet as well, and I would have loved to see like a heel run of Ricochet in the E, like on on SmackDown. But it was just that when you, and that's probably the problem with WWE is that when they look at you, they see what they want to see, and I think they just saw the next white meat baby face marketable person to kids because when he was coming out, man, remember he had the Nightwing suit, he had the
You
awful
came out
one.
cosplaying.
Yeah, he was cosplaying a lot, and like fans see that and they get attracted to that, and they see the big flips and they're like, ooh, like we like this, and WWE's like, keep doing it, kid. That's that's great because even like on the house shows, like Ricochet was talking about how he hit up Y2J and was talking about how the 630 was like killing its back because he was like having to hit it 200 shows a year, and so he wanted to find something that would be easier on his body that he can do. So they, that's why he had the code breaker or the Ricochet for the longest time. It's wild. You're right that WWE didn't give him the opportunity to run with the ball and to give him shots, but like
Right, and I think, and that falls on them. That doesn't. I don't know.
yeah,
I think my disconnect is that because you were like saying, try to find and remember the moments, and like you can't really remember. He doesn't have them, and that's not on him.
but that is kind of on him because I mean we look
He
at
had
someone
no
like
how when you don't
listen,
if you don't set up if you don't set up a story that legitimate like that gives him like an actual arc like for the character, how is he going to create moments? He was already creating moments before he got signed, though, Cliff.
But when you can't cut promos, how are you going to create moments for them
But he,
stories?
but he was creating moments without the microphone, though. That clip
Right.
of him and Osprey is still going off. People,
My point
I
being,
still
though,
get that clip like, "Hey, did you see this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that was like over 10 years ago."
But then
He's
we're
like,
complaining when he gets signed to do the flippy stuff. When you build your name off of doing springboard moonsaults, 630s, 450s, whatever you want to call it, you can't. The flippy stuff. It's hard to get mad when you get signed and recognized for doing
The
flippy shit. When you start
other
doing
part,
the
though,
high risk moves.
we talk about moments and we talk about opportunities, right? Like, let's be fair. Look at Chelsea Green, okay? She got one moment, right? She got thrown out of the Royal Rumble mad quick. You know, she's the quickest elimination for the women's side, and she turned that moment into something. And we talk about those things where the dumpster matches or whatever she does. The moment where she was like, "I've never been creamed on like that before." Like, we talk about these moments that happen, and it's not like Ricochet didn't have the opportunity to try to make these things kind of stick as well. Like, it just maybe because, and this is part of it too, because he was in such an era where they are locked down with VKM that he like didn't have the ability to kind of shake loose from all that. Because when he was on NXT, my man was fire. Let me be fair.
Yeah.
Like, NXT Ricochet to me stands as one of the goats. But when we got put up to the main roster, it's a whole different era. It's a whole different boss. And when he was on the edge of when he was getting ready to leave, like, that whole era was changing over, and we saw it all changing over. And now we see that these wrestlers have more of creative control, can kind of not control, but more creative freedom to do what they want to do as far as like social media goes, and they're able to spin new things out. And I think had Ricochet been able to, let's say he was another year in, I think he also would have made that same move too.
Yeah, agreed.
But I'll be fair, because Smiley said something hilarious too, and I do agree that troll Ricochet on Twitter is hilarious. I'll be fair.
It is.
Let me put up some of these real quick. He said, Nakamura, Rude, Knight, stand in line, Ricochet. Nakamura,
Yeah.
Nakamura
is
has
still
had
a
great
real champion.
opportunities.
Yeah, Nakamura is kind of an exception to that rule because he legitimately told people that I'm going to WWE because it's an easier schedule to wrestle and it's easier on my body. So like, I don't really, Nakamura's not the type, and I think he's just very content with what's going on, and you don't see him bitching about it either, which is the
That
other part.
Nakamura ain't a young guy.
Rude, he's not even complaining. You know, my man had neck surgery, and he's just like, I'm good at being a producer. LA Knight, maybe that might be one that I might agree with. If LA Knight was to leave and say they kind of wasted me on the roster, I'm maybe inclined to agree, but it seems like he's pretty happy with where he's going. Mr. Golden wrote that Ricochet should be nominated for Dumbass of the Week.
Man.
They should have kept going with Ricochet and Alistair tag team. The tag team was going to eventually have to split
Yeah.
up, and I think that this was one of those moments where, like, there was only going to be a short run anyway. I like the Dusty Cup tag team of those two together. I just, at the end of the day, they gave those guys. I think one of those matches was at WrestleMania, wasn't it? Like,
Yes.
for a tag title championship.
Yes.
Like the Raw ones, and then they challenged for the SmackDown and NXT's. Like,
Yes.
they challenge. That's what it was. They challenged for the SmackDown titles because they had won the opportunity to win the NXT titles, and then wrestled on WrestleMania the next night. That was, I'm still thinking about that's still wild to me that they had 3 tag team opportunities. Ricochet doesn't have a legacy yet. Maybe in 10 years, Ricochet does have a legacy, and it is fucking crazy.
I think so.
I mean, the man's still hitting. Like, we still not very many people know this, but he was one of the guys who was hitting a double moonsault, like, off the top rope. Like, people still on top of that. Another moment that we didn't even address. War Games. Not a great talker either, and that's part of the game too. It is part of the game to be a good talker, and I think he developed that game in AEW. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I agree with it.
Prince Puma was a good character, though. I'll be fair. He was kind of good promos in Lucha Underground.
What was that face short, Chad?
What the hell was that? That's what I was gonna say. What was that face?
Ali couldn't talk.
Roman couldn't talk, and we dragged him through the fucking dirt for it.
Dragged him through the mud. We've dragged Roman for it. Like, we will be fair. Like, let's be fair. Everybody who could not talk, we smoked. What is a niche company? I don't know what that means. Well, WWE
Google knows.
Yeah, WWE is a niche company, and New Japan and Lucha Underground and AEW are more of a niche company than WWE is. I'm not gonna lie, his storyline with Velveteen Dream was my fave. It was a good one. Machine Guns being wasted.
Yeah,
I would agree. That one.
Yeah.
They're a solid tag team, and the whole tag team division though is trash right now in WWE. We talk about how great it is, and then it turns trash, and we're like, "What?
Yeah,
what did you guys do?"
And then we bang on it, and it's good again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is how it goes. Yes, and it's mainly SmackDown because SmackDown has really the majority of the tag teams. And what do I always say? That show is schizophrenic as hell. Like,
It's
so
almost like they
It's the
listen
little
to us.
sister for sure.
Yeah. Put more tag team stuff on there. So many ahead of Ricochet as far as getting opportunities. This is true. This is true. Ricochet's work was Ricochet put
What
in
the
a lot of
fuck
work.
are you doing,
Uh,
Chaz?
his momentum stopped once he crossed the threshold into the main roster. This is true. WWE did pull the remember WWE ruined a lot of stuff too because they had a DIY tag team
Well,
and
Chaz got
Aleister
little
Black
Jimmy over
and
there.
Ricochet, and that was the same time that Johnny Gargano and what's his face Tommaso was having they were feuding and they put them as a tag team together.
Can someone explain to me what the fuck Chaz is doing?
Jazz don't even know what he's doing.
Bro, he's talking to little Jimmy. Leave him alone.
Yeah, but I can see them. That's the problem.
AEW doesn't have
So we
talent.
you and him are on because I can't
Hold
see
on,
him.
wait. AEW doesn't have the talent that WWE has, so it's easier for Ricochet to get some play.
No,
I
absolutely
don't
not.
know that to be true.
No,
I'm not
Golden.
saying
AEW is loaded. They are fucking loaded. Even on the women's side, they are loaded.
I like how you said even on the women's side, like the women aren't the ones holding down AEW.
I
Right?
was, which is crazy.
I was
Which
just
is
gonna let it
which
go.
is the most craziest statement that
I was just putting women where they need to be on the back burner. I'm just playing. That's
So, I'm not even going. Yep.
I was like,
Hi.
AEW women are just locked down. Like we've talked about it. And I'll be fair. I know we're getting off the topic with this. I've been talking about it for years that AEW, like, I'm like, yo, it's got to get there. It's got to get there. It's got to get. And we here now.
Oh yeah.
And the women's division is on fire. It's probably number 2 roster wise as far as like stories go and like the like match presentation and everything going character wise. I just think it's right there. He said, or as many superstars, top stars.
That's a
AEW
VKM thing.
has more superstars across the fucking board because of everything that they've done previous to AEW.
Well, I think the one thing that AEW does really well that WWE is still trying to figure out, and I don't know how they're still trying to figure this out, they're building new stars. Like, look at Brody King now. Like, I know Brody King was a star. He is a star. Like, yes, it's true. But
yes,
right now, like, he's challenging for the title, and he just beat the champ. Like,
It's on fire.
he's on fire.
73
And then
seconds.
that Continental Classic run that he had, bro, was was awesome.
yeah.
His
Yeah,
tag
my man
team
said
with
it's
Bandito.
Yes,
It's
bro,
flippy
Dito.
time. Twitch.
It's flippy
Should have
time.
won the title. They never let Knack be Knack. This is true.
Yeah.
I mean, but also I don't think Knack wanted to be Knack until he wrestled that last match with AJ Styles. And then we got to see all that stuff. Alistair also not used well. Still not used well. I mean, who did he just have a match with? He just faced off with somebody.
He was in the triple threat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Solo and Randy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. The Black Mask could have been the next RKO. I still think that could be the next RKO. Like, I still think it is. I mean, the moment I saw it on AEW where he had that Black Mask on Cody and beat him in less than 30 seconds, I was like, yeah, we setting up. And when the Black Mask does hit, nobody kicks out. Like, I don't remember people kicking out of the Black Mask.
I think Damian Priest did once.
Yes, he did. Damian Priest did.
Yeah.
But I think that's also there was like some funny business going on with that too. Like, he kicked him and he didn't go right for the pin. I think it took him like a couple seconds to get to the pin.
Yeah.
And then he kicked out. So I mean, it's still very much a protected finish though.
Hey, thanks for checking out this episode of the 3 Count Podcast. If you like this and you want more 3 Count Podcasts, go on over to our YouTube page, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so you never miss when we put out a video. Also, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, all things social media, 3 Count Pod, _X, 3 Count Pod, everything else. Also, make sure you buy our merch at foryourwear.com and prowrestlingtees.com. Also, you know what? Just watch another video right now. Like, right now, I'm going to walk away and you're going to play another video. Now.